used to love the G.I. Joe cartoon. And at the end of every episode, there'd be a kid that had a problem, and the G.I. Joe hero would help him out. And the kid would say, well, now I know. And the G.I. Joe hero would say, and knowing is half the battle. Well, in this video, I'm going to explain 4 things to you that you already know about your attacker so that you can train accordingly. The first thing is the attacker will be bigger than you. They'll be bigger than you, they'll be stronger than you, or they would not attack you. The second thing, there could be more than one of them, multiple attackers. Now, I know, I've heard all the stories that, you know, your teacher went into a bar and got in a fight with a biker gang and they beat up like 10 people, but they don't remember because they blacked out. But when they came to, there was bodies everywhere. That's all bullcrap, okay? I've heard all those Superman stories. Fighting multiple attackers is a very difficult thing. The best you can hope for if 2 or 3 people attack you is to make it out alive. I train for multiple attackers. I know that other schools do too, but ultimately it's a bad situation. You try to escape from that. The third thing is they could have a weapon. A good friend of mine whose name is also Danny, he's a Krav Maga instructor, also a state trooper here in Kentucky. I asked him one day what he was teaching for knife defense. He gave me the best, most honest answer I've ever heard. He said, nothing good. And I said, you know what? You're right. You don't teach anything good. I don't teach anything good. Nobody does when it comes to weapons defense, okay? If somebody has a knife, you need to have a gun. If you don't have a gun, do what rhymes with gun and run. Even when I teach weapons defense, it's the last case scenario where I couldn't escape the situation, okay? But it's something you need to keep in the back of your mind when you're fighting. Does this person have a weapon? And the last thing is there's a real good possibility they're intoxicated. As any of you guys who know me outside of this, you know, the video, know me in the real world, I'm captain at the jail where I work at, here in the county where I live, and I've seen many people do crazy stuff while doped up. And if the person's not feeling any pain compliance techniques don't work. Your wrist locks and your pressure point techniques, all that crap is not going to work on someone who is highly intoxicated. So what I'm saying here is one of those 4 things are present or they wouldn't be attacking you. There's something in their mind that gives them an advantage over you or they wouldn't attack you. And even if they just think they have that advantage, that is a type of advantage and you need to train accordingly. So whenever you're doing your self-defense technique, if the person's bigger than you, would that work? Okay? Is it possible there'd be multiple opponents there? What if this person had a weapon? Are you trained with a weapon? Okay? Do you know how to train with a weapon, especially firearms, which you should be? And is this person intoxicated? You know, ultimately, your goal in self-defense should be to escape. Okay? As a martial arts instructor, I try to teach everybody to escape, not fight. You know, fighting is what they do professionally in a ring. Fighting is an ego match. When you go to tournaments, that's a match. It doesn't matter if it's karate, jiu-jitsu, judo, whatever. That's a match. That's not a fight. Self-defense is you're trying to escape. You're trying to get out of that situation, okay? And that's because the person who attacks you will have one of those 4 advantages. They'll be bigger than you, including stronger than you. There'll be more than one of them. They've got a weapon, or they're intoxicated, or probably a combination of those, all right? So you guys keep that in mind. I got some videos coming up soon of doing actual techniques, self-defense techniques, and we'll be keeping those in mind as I show those self-defense techniques, okay? So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and go out and train.